Hey, Grumbler, what are you doing?
We're live.
Go live.
We're live. Shh, shh, shh. Don't say anything. That's how you usually sound.
No, it does not.
Yeah. Yes, it does.
Is it? Do we have an intro thing?
No, we have nothing. We don't have a backdrop. We don't have an intro.
Back to base, so
we're back to bones. Back to bones.
Roots.
I'm just waiting for 7 o'clock. Then we can start.
Who fucking cares?
I do.
Who are you?
I'm all about time.
How did you get here? My stroke came.
You know what you should do? I'm Gizz Lazlo.
Not just Paul.
And welcome to season 3
Yeah, it's
of our shitty ass show.
It's not shitty.
Yes, it is. I've seen better shows. I saw the halftime show yesterday. That was better.
The Kid Rock one? the white trash America who doesn't like everybody else?
What did I hear? They called him Silly Vanilli.
Oh my God, he was I didn't watch any of it.
I didn't watch his.
You couldn't pay me. You couldn't pay me to watch that shit.
I like Bad Bruno. I watched
that buddy was awesome.
Bad Bruno.
Wow. You're the worst Mexican of all the Mexicans.
I am.
Oh,
Just kick something. Oh,
yeah, it's a dog.
a dog.
Jeff, come get your dog.
Oh man, so how you been?
Yeah, it's been a year already. Had a little health scare, little fucking busy time, little health scare, busy time, healthcare scare. Getting by, feeling better, doing all right. Good place to be. How about you?
I'm all right. Last week was supposed to be our premiere episode for season 3, but we had some issues with our sound and
testicle difficulties.
And fucking, as you probably heard when we were talking before, we haven't really gotten stuff down because you've been sick and I've been really busy, so we haven't really finished our new set. And apologies to Brett.
We'll get with you,
Houseboy. We'll make that interview up soon. But
Gizz said he's going to send you a cake.
Okay.
A really, really big
a cake?
A cake.
Or it's a coin, right?
No, it's a fucking cake, like a big wedding cake.
Did a chick jumps out of it? Or
no, chickens.
Chickens. Wow,
you better write this down.
You lost your.
You better write this down. No. I found it after you went all racy at the fucking sassafras.
Oh, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. I was acting like my full American self.
Remember 2 weeks ago when you sang?
Oh
no, you don't. That's right.
No,
I remember now. You don't
I
remember.
don't.
I can't wait to show that video online.
You better not.
Oh, it's going live.
Yeah, I tend to.
Grandpa gives stroke day.
Grip the grape. Yeah.
You made it really fucking awkward.
That was a lot of whiskey, and I was doing
tequila.
I was doing shots of whiskey with tequila chasers.
Yeah, you were. You didn't even know I left.
No, I don't remember leaving.
My
backpack and jacket
still there.
are still there. I haven't gotten back yet.
Leo's probably sniffing that right now.
No, probably.
Uh-huh.
Probably. So, for those of you also that don't know, Paul and I have started doing stand-up comedy.
Yep.
So we've had a couple shows already, and we got a couple more coming up, and we'll let you guys know about that. But that's been fun. I've been enjoying it behind the mic with you. It's enjoyable.
Yeah. I just gotta get a bigger mic.
When you can, how do they say? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, well, you could try it on your own. I'd like to see that.
All right. Well, that's enough.
Birthday sponsors.
No, we have no sponsors because it's a new season. So we still need to talk to some
fired
people.
Everybody.
I didn't want to just continue on. I want to ask them if they would like to mention us to mention them in season 3. It is
like don't say our name.
Yeah, probably. You never know. But no sponsors. I'm not gonna do birthdays all the time. Maybe at the end of the month or beginning of the month, I'll do the whole month.
Anybody good die?
No, but last week, Waddy from the Exploited.
Yeah, heart attack on stage.
And so speedy recovery to him. A couple of other friends of ours have been in the hospital lately. I don't know if they want to be
outed.
Yeah, for what they're going through. So speedy recovery to them.
Yeah.
One of our dear friends and past guest, he's going to surgery tomorrow for knees. Tommy from Bad Town Boys. So good luck to you, brother. And
just walk it off, man. Just walk it off.
That's a big boy to be walking off.
Yeah.
So, but all right. So let's get into today's show. Oh, fucker. Why
she doesn't even have any teeth.
Fuck.
What are you doing?
Don't be mean
to my fucking dog.
That's So
Eric's
our
dog.
guest today, dear friend of mine, Peter Woodward from whatever. He's in the band Whatever from
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio. Been listening to the music a lot, and
I like it.
That new album of theirs, Into the Darkness, fucking is just, I don't know. It's been on heavy rotation.
That's what you call it now?
Their new album was produced by Jay Robbins from Jawbox and Burning Airlines. So it fucking sounds incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking thick. I like it.
Yeah. So let's get him in and oh, by the way, we are doing our own show now. We have nobody working for us anymore.
Yeah, fuck you guys.
We have nobody working for us anymore. It's just me and him. We're going back, DIY.
Yep.
Lumber City.
Well, we're going to be building a new studio out here in the next week or so. We're going to have something real special in mind.
I like the studio you're building in there.
Yeah, which one?
That big room.
Oh, no, we're not having that.
Yes, that's what we need.
No.
So we can have a whole ska band.
Huh? You mean I got to do that?
Yeah. Let's get Peter in. Are you guys ready?
Job, turkey.
Well, hello.
Hey.
Hello, Peter.
I have questions and comments already on the stuff you guys talked about.
All right, you interview us.
Is the stand-up act like a ventriloquist act, and which one of you is the dummy?
Well, Gizz is always the dummy no matter what. You read a book once, and he still doesn't know that the crayons
Ricky Tiki Tembo. Ricky Tiki Tembo. No Sarumbo. Charlie by Rucci. Pip Baby Pembo.
He colored in the Bible with crayons.
But you brought up sending a cake and then a cake to jump out of. I don't know if you know this or not.
Oh shit!
When we met back in October, playing for the Doctor Strange anniversary stuff, that day that we did the in-store show was our guitar player's 50th birthday.
That's right.
And Brett does not like attention. He does not like having stuff called out. So we got everybody to chip in, and we bought a cake for somebody to jump out of. We were going to have Doc jump out of it in a thong. And we sent it to the shop, and then we got there, and this is like a 10-hour construction project to build this thing. Like, it's in a box, and you open it up, and there's a glue gun and a staple gun, and you got to get an X-Acto knife to cut the stuff out. It's probably still in a box at the back of the shop, but we're just like, well, that's not going to happen. But it would have been great if it did. But they do make those, because as soon as somebody said jumping out of a cake on Amazon, they've got several choices that you can get. But just understand, if you go to do that, it's going to take at least an afternoon.
Send a cake in a body bag would be pretty good. Nothing jumps out of anything, but it's tasty.
Then you open it up and you're like, oh shit,
like cake.
That's your present. Now you got to dig a hole.
So where's the cake? Is it still in the back of the shop?
We didn't take it back with us. That thing was huge.
Maybe we plan on interviewing Doc soon. Maybe we could use it for that.
We jump out of the cake at him?
No, he'd be sitting in front of us, and then we invite him.
And now that you've said it, nobody's
watching.
Well, we got three. We have three.
3 watchers?
Yeah. Well, 3 eyes.
4? No, that's 3.
That's it.
Without my glasses, it looks like 8.
Your glasses look like a woman. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, that's why they're off. The only way I can sit next to you.
Hi, Peter. What's your superpower that you've never told anybody about?
That's a good one.
I can't build cakes.
Nosebleeds real easy.
Huh?
I get nosebleeds real easy.
It's your superpower. Like your superpower.
Yeah, no, that I can kind of bleed on command. I think I might get one during this. I feel it kind of going in the back. We've had it's been like -10 here for like 3 weeks. The air is real dry.
I bet. And you are in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever get a nosebleed when you're on stage and hot lights are on you?
I think I have. It wouldn't surprise me. I actually just got a picture of my Facebook memories. I was in Vegas a couple years ago for work and took a shower and came out, and I looked like the cover of that Andrew WK album.
Oh yeah.
And so that became my Facebook profile pic for a while, and immediately my mother's like, "Oh, Peter, come on."
Oh, Peter.
Oh, Peter.
I have a picture of me. I was on a job site. I scratched a mole in the back of my head. I didn't even know I'd done it, and I was bleeding. And it was like running down the side of my chest. And I didn't even know I had done it because it didn't hurt. And my friend Denny's like, I need to clean you up. I'm like, why? He's like, dude. And I was talking to clients the whole time, and they never said anything. I'm like, I hate them for that. Like it was down my shirt bleeding, and they never said a word. I was like, come on, guys. Like, well, this isn't precious.
One of the coolest blowjobs I ever got. Now, one of the coolest nosebleeds I ever got was in Germany, and we were playing. The light was right on top of me, man. It was just, I could feel my head really hot, and my nose started dripping. I my left nostril was really fucked up.
Why is that?
A lot of cocaine. But I was just, I'm playing. All of a sudden, I just felt, a nosebleed is different from a runny nose.
Yeah.
A runny nose is kind of tickly.
Yeah.
A nosebleed is just kind of hot and there's no,
it doesn't go back in.
No. And it just started dripping onto my snare drum. And the more and more that it was getting filled with blood and I hit the stick, it would just go right on my face. And one of the photographers came over and he took a picture, and it ended up in Ox fanzine.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, like,
and just blood all over me.
You gotta lean into it, like
embrace
it. Probably won't lose so much that it's gonna be problematic. It just looks cool.
Yeah, it's like if you shoot yourself, shake your leg, get it out. All right, so Cleveland. Oh, why are you in Cleveland? I don't understand it.
I mean, I was born here. I lived in Columbus for a while.
You can leave.
You can, and that's the thing, though, is it's home. And I shouldn't say this because if I say that it's a nice place to live, people might start trying to come here. And one of the reasons that it is kind of a nice place to live is people don't necessarily flock here. You get those places where everyone's like, no, man, it's super cool, like Portland or Seattle. And then it's like immediately the real estate gets super expensive. You can't find anywhere to live. There's the infrastructure can't hold it. It certainly has its drawbacks, but we've got lots of really awesome food and art and music. It's not, it's definitely more expensive than it used to be, but it's still
everything is
pretty reasonable to live here. And it's real easy to get other places, so like we can be in Chicago in 5 hours. I can be in Toronto in 4 hours. I can be in Buffalo in 3 hours, Columbus in 2, Cincinnati in 4. Like I can get all over the dang place if I need to.
Yeah.
And that's like actual, like when I say a couple of hours, I mean, it's like 120 miles away, not 30 miles away in Southern California traffic. Like that's
15 miles for, shit.
Right. I can be downtown in 10 minutes, like right in the middle. So I have no intentions of leaving. I don't now, that being said, I don't know that I necessarily want to go live anywhere else in Ohio. Like if I had to get out, I'd definitely be looking further afield probably at this point. But I like visiting places, but I like coming back here.
Yeah, home is home. That's that's where you rest your head. What's the scene like out that way?
It's I think it's on kind of an upswing. There seems like there's lots and lots of young bands, and I'm not super familiar with a lot of them. But like there's something going on either this weekend or next weekend. They call it Rust Belt Ripper Fest, and it's like 50 bands over a weekend at like 4 different venues, and like that's too much for me. But I'm glad that there's that going on. There's that kind of interest. And then there's a lot of folks like just I've been doing this 35 years now, and there's certainly been some attrition, but there's still a lot of folks from back then. Look at that,
dude! Yeah,
on it goes. Give me
2
seconds.
Get a sock.
Dude, he called it.
Yes, he called it.
Look at that. I see on command.
Now you got to lean into it.
I knew.
Right, I'm just gonna let it go. I don't want to ruin my foreclosure shirt, and I am not.
I'll give you a new one. We got plenty of leftovers. We're not selling out.
So there's actually this thing coming up soon, and this will be maybe the 6th time they've done it. It's called Lottery League, and it'll be they take between 150 and 200 people that are currently in original bands, and you all get thrown into a random band with 3 other people that you've never worked with or don't know, and you've got 2 months to make 10 minutes of original music, and then it'll all be performed in one big show on the same day.
That's kind of cool.
It's this sort of thing that, like, you couldn't do it in a bigger place because there's too many people and it's too distributed and all over. And you couldn't do it in a smaller place because there wouldn't be enough people. But like the last few times they've done it, there's been between like 40 and 45 bands playing this stuff. And it's like pretty much everybody in it is a competent musician, right? So you get this bell curve where like the back end of it is really bad. Like just it's for Stevie Ray Vaughan's and nobody knows how to write a song, or it's just they didn't get along and couldn't make it gel. And then you get this middle end where it's just you got competent people doing competent stuff and it's pretty good. And then you get this other end where it's just like they figured out this weird chemistry by accident and something awesome will come out of it. And so that's going on this spring, I think. I might have just gotten in trouble for talking about it because they haven't officially announced it. But
oh, you son of a bitch!
But it's like I said, that's the sort of thing where there's enough people here to support that, and it works. But the other side of it is like we have a ton of music venues here and a ton of bands, but a lot of the folks that even go out that still do go out, they just want to go see like the Foreigner cover band playing down at the the bar, and that's always been the struggle here is like there's always been a lot of really interesting cool shit, but people don't want interesting cool, like the normies are just your average fan doesn't want something interesting or cool. They just want to hear somebody play like
Don't Stop Believing.
Can you cover Alice in Chains again? But like note for note perfect but devoid of soul. Can you do that for me? And they can, and they do.
See, you couldn't do that in LA.
No,
there's way too many musicians. First of all,
there's no room for that.
Too many egos.
You're right here.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. No way.
So is it kind of rural?
These pipes are only for special people.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to sing this national anthem of the Special Olympics. That's my retirement plan. I want to start a betting parlor at the Special Olympics.
You don't even need to do that. There's an app for that now. You can bet on anything, apparently.
I know, Polymart.
That's a different one.
All kinds of money. But so is Cleveland kind of a little like half rural, half city? It's like small towny.
Cleveland
there's a lot of cocaine.
Apparently,
that's all. There's a lot of snow here. Didn't he say that earlier?
There's a ton of snow outside right now. None of it in my house, for better or for worse. Cleveland itself is urban and suburban, and then as you get about half an hour out in any direction, I mean, we get half an hour out north, you're in the middle of the lake and on your way to Canada. You go east, west, or south, you get out to it was formerly farmland that's now a bunch of McMansions and strip malls, because we need more of those. And then as you get up maybe an hour outside of the city, then it starts getting rural down till you get to about half an hour outside of Columbus, which is 2 hours south of here. And then from Columbus, it's basically the same deal in any direction. It's you got these pockets of interesting stuff, and then the rest of it is kind of corn. Okay. So like the place that I'm in, this particular suburb is like the first inner ring suburb outside of Cleveland. So I got the lake like 5 minutes from my house. I got downtown 10 minutes from my house. I can walk up the other end and spit and hit a dozen awesome restaurants. And then like most of the places that we play are 10, 15 minutes from my house. So it's really like location.
It must be a lot easier being in that type of situation for a scene, because the LA scene is just
it's so competitive here. Like, I mean, there's still pay to play exists here. Like, Hollywood. Like, you want to play, fine, give me $300, you can play. Like, wait, no, it's supposed to go the other way around. But there's so many bands begging to play,
and they'll pay.
and then trying to get people in the door. I mean, that's the problem. And we're fortunate. We've got enough enough folks that'll come out when we play, and honestly, we try not to play too often around here just on our own. Like if we're doing a headlining show here, we only want to do that 3-4 times a year.
Yeah.
You know, and we've got real good friends who we really love to see play, and but they're like, this is your 6th show in 8 weeks, guys. Like, dial it back a little, you know. Like,
give somebody else a chance.
well, and not even that, because there's certainly places to play, but it's like if you know, if you play out that much, people will get into the groove of going like, well, I'll see him the next time. I'll see him the next time. And then they'll stop coming. And nobody wants that. You know, if I want to play somewhere and not have people come, I'll go out of town.
I think foreclosure's the opposite. We get more people out of town than we do in our own towns.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, again, it's LA.
Yeah.
You know, people don't see that outside of here. So what got you into music in the first place? Just music as general.
I mean, we're going to get real embarrassing here.
No, you're not.
Nah.
All right.
I love
hold on.
my beer.
I actually grew up. My dad was and is a musician. I mean, he still plays, but like he had been a songwriter in Nashville and then got into advertising and wrote a bunch of jingles, had a studio, and he's Mr. like, oh, there's a room full of people. Let me get my guitar, and then they'd all sit there and love it. And as a kid, I always found that super embarrassing. It was just like stop. You know, you don't need to suck all the air out of the room all the time, man. And I got to be like 12, 13, started hearing some sweet jams like Poison and you know, David Lee Roth and Guns N' Roses, and got really enraptured of just the guitar pyrotechnics and sassy attitudes. And a couple of years later, I had switched high schools and fell in with the punker kids.
Yeah.
And they made me a mixtape, had like Descendants and Social Distortion and TSOL and Agent Orange and that I was broken after that. And then, you know, so it's like from that point on, just immediately got into my first punk band, and haven't stopped, you know, 35 years later, like still just too stupid to quit.
Well, being in that part of the country, were you like Mohawk leather jacket guy, or did you guys kind of tone it down a little bit?
I mean, I definitely had the leather jacket, and there were definitely the kids with the Mohawks, but like, when, you know, at that point, like in high school, it was still a time when, you know, looking like a punk rocker would get you called a gay slur and maybe beat up. You know what I mean?
What slur is that?
Fruit.
Or Gizz. Gizz is a pretty good one.
You know what I mean? But like that kind of shit, like still,
yeah,
was going on. And it was, I mean, it's certainly like we were talking about this like out in California last fall. Like we were reading Doc's book, and it's like that whole experience of like being in LA, like as a Southern California punk, where it was just like super violent and like gangs, like that. None of that shit was going on except for like the hardcore guys in the basketball jerseys who were like, I don't know, fighting their inner demons of like coming out of the closet or something. I don't know what it was, but like
closet,
real macho scene, and that wasn't really my thing, because you have like Integrity from here and Earth Crisis and all, you know, there's a lot of that. Like there's definitely like this Cleveland hardcore thing, but I was always off with more like the pop punk or indie rock type stuff that was, you know, like I ascended in the age of the Screeching Weasels and Green Days, and honestly, the band that really broke my brain and got me sucked in for life was All. You know, like I'm one of those few people that likes All better than Descendants, and I love Descendants.
Me too.
And they're playing here on Saturday, and I didn't end up getting tickets, but like they haven't put out a new record in 10 years, and I love them, and I love all of the songs, but I don't need to go and see that. Now, if it was All, buy a plane ticket and let's go. And not for some 30-minute Riot Fest all set. Like I want like the good old fashioned 45 song set list
Troubadour, Never Stop, Go.
Yeah. Start with Charlatan. Go into some other weird stuff. Stick of Birds in there. I mean, the first time I saw them, they played Strip Bar. It was awesome.
So we had Chad Price on, and well, I made the mistake of smoking marijuanas. That was our worst interview. I'm like, I don't even know what we're talking about right now.
Dude,
I'm never doing that
so
again.
fucking high and drunk that
Nope,
day. Interviewing
never
Chad,
again.
And I kept getting him and Scott mixed up. And,
Yeah.
We and
So very stoned.
yeah, he was.
Chad is
awesome.
a powerhouse, man.
He's my favorite singer of all.
I'm real partial to Scott, but then there's so many Chad. Like I think my favorite all song is Refrain, so it's definitely a Chad song. But I think like overall, Scott was my guy, and we've been really fortunate. And again, just because Cleveland is so close to everything, Scott lives up in Buffalo, and so when the Pavers were going on, I was in a band called The Unknown that was also on Boss Tunage Records with the Pavers. So we did like a lot of back and forth with those dudes and got real tight with them. And now Scott will come down here, a couple times a year and just, do his solo stuff, and we'll hang out. And they're all like just such sweet guys, but like Scott,
all of them,
yeah, all of them. Just like. It's so interesting how they all pull from such rando places. Like Scott's solo stuff is so wildly different, but it fits when you stick Stefan and Carl and Bill on it. But then he can go and take it and like rearrange the songs, and it's just I never get sick of listening to that dude. Like he's funny and he's smart, and his when he's gonna write a song to break your heart, he will break your heart. And that was a thing last week, man. Like, I don't think I can ever listen to Teacup again at this point.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah. So that was the start, and started that first punk band, 15, and actually that band played shows with Whatever back then. Like I've known these guys that long, and then went through. I got into because this was still the early 90s, a funk hardcore band. So it was, drop tune guitars with slap bass. And that lasted for a couple years, and then started a pop punk band called Dreyfus. And that's really the first one where it's like, I was writing the songs, I was singing, I was playing guitar. We did 2 or 3 EPs and a couple 7-inch, like a couple cassettes and a couple 7 inches and some comps. That was, again, still the mid 90s. So it was like, can we have a song for this thing that we're going to make 10 copies of and no one's ever going to hear it? Yes. Can we pay to be on it? Can we do that? And then went to college and had another band in Columbus for a while. That was sort of the turning point for me, I think, because that Dreyfus band, like there's some decent songs, but it's very much, oh, girls don't like me, I'm so sad, blah, wow, what was me? And that next band, it got a little deeper and a little more evergreen. I don't know. I mean, I don't know that they're necessarily better songs, but I can still sing some of them at 50 and not feel like a jackass. Whereas if I even start trying to dust off that Dreyfus catalog, it's just like, I can't even do that.
But did it rhyme?
Yeah. Followed that up, moved back to Cleveland to join a band called Sidecar, and that was like a mind-blowing thing. When we, again, at that Doctor Strange weekend, I was talking to Gizz from The Tank and Game Face, and we had met back when I was in that band and said something about it, and then Mark Maxey with Foreclosure was like, "Oh, you were in Sidecar?" I was like, "I thought they were from Florida." I'm like, "No, we're from Ohio." He's like, I thought anyway. He's like, that's again, and fair enough. There could have been, and there were like 8 other bands called Sidecar, but he's like, "No, that song "Wake Up Justine," like I love that. I still listen to that." I'm like, "No, that was us." So like, it's just so weird how this stuff all comes back around, man. And Wall was in La Mata, so they were on Boss Tunage too. We played shows with them. It's wild that like this punk rock community has just been there, and everybody just, there's all these connections and stuff. And I think that's one of the things I love about it so much.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very caring, very nurturing place to be, especially at this age. I mean, you know, when he heard I was sick, TD called immediately. Tom Bone was down. He's like, "Where are you? Which hospital? What's going on?" Like, people just they pour out, and
Yeah.
it's really neat to see that we kind of kept what we did going.
Mhm.
You know, we may not win the war, but man, we're gonna fuck up some street corners.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's fun.
To me, it's always been about it is that punkers are so personable. Like, you know, growing up in the 80s, listening to punk rock, going to punk rock shows, I got to meet, you know, some of my heroes of the time.
Yeah.
Here we are 40 years later. And those heroes that I grew up listening to, either I've been in a band with, shared the stage with, am friends with, you know,
Yeah.
and I'm talking bands worldwide, you know, German bands, all the English bands. Like, I grew up listening to GBH, you know, and then got introduced to Jock, and he's a fan of one of my bands. You know, what the fuck? Like, really? And he was telling me, yeah, dude, you were on this record, you sang this song. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like, I'm a fan. And I was like, geez, it's definitely top 5. I was like, wow, my band is one of your top 5 bands. Really? He's like, yeah.
We can only read 5 things.
Yeah. You know, the reason behind my voice was John Kastner from Doughboys.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's one of my, you know, dearest friends, you know, and, you know, he's a fan of mine too, you know. It's just like,
and man, nothing bums me out more than All Systems Go imploding, because John and Frank, like that first All Systems Go record came out, and I was in tears. I was so happy, like just
All I Want, just
bam,
right
that harmonies and Vodka Sonic and Junk Drawer and like oh god, yeah, like Drill Car was just such a massive influence. So let me abbreviate the rest of the musical history, because that ties into Big Drill Car. Sidecar kind of ran its course. I played in that with Brett, who is also in Whatever with me now.
Whatever.
Was then became the guitar player in The Unknown. And The Unknown had been around for years and years. And their guitar player moved to Japan. We were all super tight buddies, and like they asked me to come in. And then so that's when I got involved with the Boss Tunage stuff. And that got us over to Europe, and doing that went a few more years and just kind of ran its course. So then Ken, who sang in The Unknown, and I, a few years later, started a band called Restless Habs. And now if you Google Restless Habs, you get their video first and then us second. Like, it is to date the best band name I've ever been able to pick, because it's like, it's very specific. If you know what it is, you know exactly what you're getting. If you go looking for it, you're going to find it without having to, like, try Googling Whatever. Try Googling The Unknown. And oddly enough, being influenced by All, try Googling All. That's what happens when you name your band before search engines.
Yep.
But Habs was like the last thing I did before Whatever. And we were around for about 10 years, worked for 2 years on an album. It came out, I was so excited. It sounded so great. We worked with Jeff Dean from The Bomb and Her Head's on Fire and 78 other bands in Chicago, and put the record out on Valentine's Day 2020.
Fuck you! I mean, we had
a month later.
Oh my god!
That was it. We played 2 shows after we played the record release show, and we played one more show that I don't even want to fucking talk about in 2021, and that was it. And it's so like during the early pandemic, I kind of wrote like another 6 songs and we demoed them, but that was the last we did it. Our drummer lived in Chicago. He had some elderly parents he was taking care of, just couldn't get away after the pandemic, and it really just kind of stopped. So when this Whatever thing came up, I was just getting together with Brett to go get breakfast because we hadn't seen each other a while, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm playing with Benny and Fish again." Well, why? Well, they're doing Whatever again. well, like, who's playing bass? I don't know. They keep naming people, and I don't like any of them. Like, well, I have a bass and a loud bass amp. I could try out. Like, let me talk to Fish. And then, a couple days later, I had a set list. And a week later, it's like, well, you can just leave your stuff at the spot. It's cool. And we've been there ever since.
Nice.
There's probably a weird spot on the wall that's still blank. So drill car has been really, really important in both of our lives too. Like, drill car and Doughboys, they started almost the same time, and they kind of ended at almost the same time. And then All Systems Go is that head-on train collision of this could be the fucking thing, or this could be really fucking bad. It was not really bad.
No, and even the second record after Frank had left, I mean, it's good. There's some stuff on there that has some earworms, but like, I'm a casual Doughboys fan. I never got super deep into them, whether that's sacrilege or not, I don't know. But like, just that, like the songwriting between John and Frank was just so, and then that Daniel Ray production, it was just like, why wasn't that bigger?
Yeah.
And
you listen to that, you listen to fucking Foo Fighters, and you're like, hey, who stole whose sound here?
Right. Yeah.
But you listen to the Nils and you hear everybody on the planet.
Yeah.
Then they're back in the studio.
I mean, it is the 90s again, and I'm not upset. I have tickets for Afghan Wigs and Sugar.
Yes.
2 Sugar shows this year. So I am stoked as hell to see that.
We missed Tommy from Replacements last weekend. He played a show down the street, and I was like, "Fuck! Wait, it's Saturday. Crap!"
We're like in somebody's basement or backyard, because he's doing a lot of those house show things now, isn't he?
It was Permanent Records down the street. And,
yeah. That's
it's 10 minutes from here.
I love that place. I was in there not the last time we were in town, but when we came into town for the Doctor Strange 35th show, where he had like Zoinks and Mandingo and all of that. My wife and I came in a few days early and went to Permanent Records. They were still doing the comedy shows out back, and like caught one there. And it's just like, this is cool. Like, I'd love to come out and see stuff there, because it's just such a great vibe in that spot.
Yeah, but it was Cafe Nila. Were doing shows there, and the second men were playing. Mike Watt was up, and it was really a who's who of Northeast LA punk rock. Kristen was there from Naked Aggression. Her husband Rick, like a back to Ramix. It was a really cool room. I'm walking. I'm like, hey, like, and I'm looking. I'm like, we are fucking old. We were really, really old. This is not good.
Hey, look, man. Doing this stuff keeps you young. I mean, and it does not keep you off the blood pressure meds. It doesn't make your knees any better. It doesn't make your back hurt less, but it keeps your spirit young. Mm-hmm. And that's the most important part about it. I went to a couple years ago. You guys know that band Fake Names?
Yeah,
I know.
Okay, so it's Brian Baker and Brendan Canty, and I think Brendan's out, but Mario from Off and Hot Snakes is playing drums with them now. Michael Hampton, Johnny Temple, and then they got Dennis from Refuse singing.
Oh shit!
And so they put out their first record during the pandemic, so there was like this big gap, and then they did their first tour, and their first show was at the Black Cat in DC, and my wife and I had to go that way to do some stuff, so we went and caught that show, and I'm like, this is like a high school reunion, but everybody was on Discord Records, because even in the audience and the opening bands, it was all just like all of these different folks, It is like, I was like, are we gonna see Ian? Like what? But Hammered Hole's open, so Alec Mackay was singing in the opening band. It's like, this is wild, And again, everybody was super old, but they were awesome, man. It was so good.
Yeah.
In September, Foreclosure went back east, and our last show was in Philly.
Mm-hmm.
We played with Applied Knowledge, and to see Peter Kortner, I was like, fuck, dude, like, that was one of those things again where fans of each other, and they were one of our last interviews last season.
I think you caught that one, and they did their new record at Magpie Cage with Jay Robbins too, so I was really interested, and picked it up. I think I got it on the same Bandcamp Friday as I got foreclosure stuff. And it's so like just so good. Like I'd love to get out that way and do some stuff with them just because it's very much like-minded. I was super stoked when he was doing Field Day with Doug.
Yeah.
And got to see them a couple times because like I was just too young to see Dag, you know, like I didn't even know they existed while they were around and then they were long gone.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't do that much.
Nah.
We Restless Halves was supposed to play with them in Cleveland, and the pandemic killed that tour and ultimately that band.
Yeah, dude, the pandemic. I mean, Jesus, I was booked for a year with my business, and by one day it was gone, and we still haven't recovered.
It was crazy, man, and like there's certain aspects of it that just haven't and probably won't ever recover the way they used to be.
No, absolutely not.
You know, so it's
Hollywood's gone.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, yes and no. I mean, it depends on how you look at it. So I do a lot of event work.
Oh, gotcha.
Trade show and event, and now that's spread out around the country, which is good, I think, for the overall view of the economy. A lot of that money is getting put into places it wouldn't normally.
Yeah.
But it's also been taken out of my hands. And, you know, I set up an overhead in a business to support that. Now it's not here. So it depends on how you look at it. I mean, being more of a communist than not, like, I'm glad everybody else is doing okay.
It's as okay as they are. Yeah. I mean, I hope everybody's doing okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a very old dear friend that lives out there. He's a Teamster that does like transpo work on film sets and stuff. And it's been real rough, man. Like his work is definitely dried up too. I was just thinking more of Hollywood, like the broke ass Wolverine in front of the Chinese theater. You know, that came up a little bit. Like, is that necessarily a bad thing, or you got doing like the Fenty fold
right
in front of it?
Well, no, I mean, like Hollywood, meaning like the studios and the movies being filmed here, because there's tax incentives everywhere else. And then my wife Rebecca, she commented the other day. We're sitting down. We went to a place up the street in where are we? El Sereno, and she goes. It's really quiet out. Usually there's, and not to get political about it at all, but like usually there's people walking around and stuff. She goes, the streets are kind of empty. It's like because of the threat of ICE and the lack of jobs. Things have spread out so far. And then on Saturday, I was driving to Home Depot. I'm like, the streets aren't empty. They're full of white people walking their babies and their dogs, actually. And I'm like, this is stupid. I need them to be more afraid. Like, we should hire a bunch of cholos just to hang out on the corner and give them shit. Like, I'm like, you can't be that fucking happy here. This is not what that's supposed to be. I qualify as white as fuck, so I get it.
That was a weird thing with it. Like, and actually that all messed up my wife's business because she's a pastry chef, and she had set up a business doing like supplies for catering companies, and then there weren't any catered events anymore. So she, had to pivot and kind of reconfigure this thing, and it all worked out like really, in the end. But it was. You had to get creative or move on. And then the other thing it did, talking about Cleveland, man, we got lots and lots of people from both coasts moving here. Like there's lots of folks from LA and San Francisco making like, Google money, but they're working remote. So they're like, well, let's go live somewhere where a house costs, $200,000 and not $600,000, but I'm still getting my San Jose money. And so there's a lot of people kind of flooding in here, which has made it more expensive just with supply and demand. But it's helpful to get some broader experiences kind of inserted. Like that's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. For a variety of reasons, is like I don't think there's any part of my life that has been made worse by being exposed to people that are different than me, whether it's they got a different background, or they come from a different place, or they, grew up in a different religion, or they've got a different racial background or whatever. It's like, it's not necessarily that I get along with or enjoy their company, but it's like even getting exposed to the things where you go, I know I don't want to be that. That's a good thing. But most of the time it's like, oh shit, that's delicious. Or, oh wow, that music's really cool. Or, oh wow, that I never would have thought of things that way. Like that's that's what's awesome about having that kind of flood in from different places, because it it's not like people are just flocking here anymore, but that's helpful.
Yeah.
And definitely like assist with the creative stuff.
Yeah, I mean, experience is what leads to that, right? Tragedy plus time equals comedy. You're a tragic motherfucker, you know that?
I am.
That's what you were just saying before, like when we were talking before the show gets. So I'm glad we kind of got back to that organically. Like writing songs when you're not feeling good is a lot easier. At least I mean, for you and for me, than when you got things going. Like when when you're feeling miserable, you're trying to work through that stuff, and when I'm not feeling miserable, I want to enjoy not feeling miserable.
Yeah. When I first started writing the new Foreclosure record, there was a bunch of songs that Lewis handed me, and I was working on them and had most of them done. And then I started working on other stuff, and in that time, like, I met somebody new, everything was going good, and it was like,
I was there for you.
Yeah. Great, thank you. And I started, there was one song that I heard and I was like, dude, I love the music of this. And I tried writing something to it. I talked to Lewis about it, and he's like, well, not everything has to be dark. You could write, a song about, how you're happy
Smurfs.
now and this and that, this, that. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, maybe you're right. Let's take a different, avenue here. And I tried writing it. I recorded the song, and I listened back, and I go to my studio, and I've got my headphones on. I'm listening to it, and immediately I start singing. I'm like, come on.
It was a ska song.
Fuck, dude.
Ska song, didn't you?
It was just like, I'm listening to myself sing these happy go lucky. Like, oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah.
I found myself. And I'm just like, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, dude. This is bullshit. It's just, it sounds fake. It doesn't sound genuine. Like, I'm used to writing dark songs. Those are the people that I want listening and enjoying my music, are those who are just like, dude, I've had enough of this fucking life. I want to leave. And then they listen to a song, and it's just like, I want to listen to that again. I want to listen to that again. There's something here. What is it? What is it? What is it?
I think we all secretly want the fuck out.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff like Doughboys and All, and fucking Big Drill Card bands, Sam I Am, that I can listen to, and I can find something that's gonna make me happy for the moment, or is gonna make me sad for the moment. Because there are some days where I'm feeling great, but there's something inside that I just want to be emotional today. And I go and listen to these sad songs. Fucking Shelter, Love to Hate. That song just fucking every time it reminds me of a moment.
I mean, there's a certain comfort in misery. I mean,
yeah,
that's why Dave Grohl has to kill off members of the Foo Fighters.
Such a dick.
Yeah, I am. But what the fuck? He's done it. It's over. Like, you can stop now, Dave.
I don't dislike Foo Fighters, but I definitely stopped paying attention a long time ago. Like it seemed like they got into the groove after the first 3 records, maybe, of we're going to have a banger on. There's going to be an undeniable earworm hit, and then several songs that are good, but not, basically they do a whatever record, but with a really good song on it.
A lot of fluff. What do they call that? A lot of
filler.
I
mean, it seems so mechanical to me. I don't find any passion in it. Even the good songs.
And that may be true, man, because when you get to that level, they're not going to let you make a shitty song. Or you could argue that a lot of them are shitty, but they're not going to let you release a single that isn't going to work, like they're probably like another 10 years away from that Bob Dylan level where they can just fuck around. They could do Trout Mask Replica and it'll be fine, but they got another 10 years of putting out anthem rock first. But like I saw them in '99 at like a 1,500 person club at the end of the Color and the Shape tour, and after you see that, I don't need to see him in a stadium. Like, it won't be better than that show.
Yeah.
You know?
I hate stadium shows. I can't stand them.
That's why I quit playing them.
But then again,
on invite.
Then again, we played with Sam I Am back in December, and it was so rad, man. They're so good still.
Jason's voice, Sergi's guitar, man. Just they're the perfect match.
And you know, it's weird because you don't think of like Sean being an original member, but he's been in the band for like 25 years, and Colin's been in the band for 10 years. I think Chad has too, and like they're just awesome. And those last 2 records they've done, that one they put out a couple of years ago, Stowaway, it's so good.
Trips,
you know. And
Trips is that was a banger, man.
Yeah, front to back.
That song is fuck.
What's the worst place you ever played? Not like in the context of like it was dirty or filthy. Like you went in and going, fuck, why?
Doctor Strange.
no, we definitely knew we were getting into with Doc. I can think of 3. 2 of them are good stories, and one of them is just a dumb one. So I'll do that one first because it's quick. We got asked to play what was basically a barn at a flea market that this kid was setting up shows in. And this was in Cleveland, but when I was in Sidecar, we practiced like 45 minutes east of Cleveland, and this gig was 45 minutes west of Cleveland. So I had to drive 45 minutes to go load out, then drive an hour and a half to this gig, and we get there, and there are literally 2 people there. And it's like, we are not going to unload our van because it's not. It's like you have just wasted our time. I'm sorry to cancel here, but like, no, we ended up splitting. Actually, that whole first Sidecar tour, I could write a book on about all the awful stuff, but that wouldn't come into it. The second one is this is when I was in the unknown and we were playing in Germany, and there was this club that was called, I think it's called Club Scandia or something, but it was in St. Pauli, so it's like middle of the red light district. There's like, you know, I'm trying to be up on all the current terms, like sex workers everywhere, junkies everywhere. We pull up, get out of the van, go inside the club. A dog comes up and pisses on our van. Like it was just that kind of day. And the club itself was kind of cool, but what sucked is during the opening band set, the cops walk in and go, "You're too loud. You're disturbing the business outside." So we were like,
the horses.
Like, dude, you know, we're not going to be here too long. We'll play, we'll turn up. And the opening band's like, no, if they come back, they're impounding the gear. So we're trying to play this show, and like the amps are so quiet, and the drummer's just like tap, tap, tap. It just sucked. You know, the vibe was completely off. Oh shit, what was the other one? Because it was a doozy, and it's escaping. You know, like how many places do you have to walk into where the bathroom has an inch of piss on the floor? Like they all kind of become the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Oh no, wait, shit! I remember. This is funny. This all comes back around. We were playing in Little Rock, Arkansas. This is on a Sidecar tour, and it was at this place called The Parlor that was a tattoo shop that was in a former dance studio, and the dude that owned it was this just wild rock and roll guy. His name's Scott Diffie. He had a band called Go Fast. He was awesome. He's just like the most enthusiastic, like crazy guy. That Go Fast sounded like, you know, cranked up Skinner. And he had converted the dance studio thing into a venue, which the mirrored walls look cool, probably really bad for sound. But what had happened is the local band that was the big band that was going to bring the people in broke up that week. So it was like a band from there that was playing their first show. And not only were they not good, like they stank, like they literally stank. So they got done and got off the stage, and it still smelled like an asshole. And then he put on Scott put on this fog machine, and in Sidecar, the drummer was the singer. And there's a video of this on YouTube. Someone caught us playing a song there, and he's playing, and he leans over and vomits.
Oh my God!
And the smoke machine.
Oh.
So that was the bad place. Now Scott Diffie, being the rock and roll animal that he is, was like, guys, you're too awesome to have a bad night. I'm gonna take you out. We got a club downtown called Vino's. I got $200 in drink tickets. There's this band Lucero playing down there.
Yes.
Awesome. And this is in like 2000, 2001 or 2. So this
man,
is way back. And we go in. They're super intense. There's a whole lot more in that story because it was the most rock and roll night of my life. But I'm just gonna focus on that part.
That was the Overton Park era, right?
I think so, man. Because this was early. This was like super early, and they had just come up from Memphis for this show. We're going back. So that's been stuck in my head all these years. When we played with Sam I Am a couple months ago, Ben from Lucero was at the show because he lives outside of Cleveland now. And they're all right. I was never a big fan. My ex-wife loves them.
Yeah.
So I go up to him and just like, hey, are you Ben from Lucero? Like, yeah. Like, why are you here? He's like, well, I live here now. My girlfriend's from such. Yeah. And I'm like, I just want you to know that your band was involved in like one of the most rock and roll nights of my life. And I kind of tell him the story. He's like, oh yeah, I know Scott.
Oh,
It's like, yeah, go fast, right? and then the beautiful part was I get done talking to him like, hey, can I get a picture with you? Because my ex-wife is obsessed with you and it's just gonna piss her off. And he's like, right on, man. Like, let's get a good angle. It's just like this beautiful thing. Super nice dude. But again, man, it's all those little tendrils just kind of work their way back around and you just keep crossing paths or whatever. Like, did you ever have the fun of like either preceding or following friends on a tour where like they were just a couple days ahead of you or a couple days behind you, so you're leaving like shitty messages in the green rooms?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Taking their posters and drawing dicks on them and stuff.
I never went that far, but
sure you didn't.
Yeah, no, never. Gizz would never stoop to that level.
Maybe glasses or a mustache.
You don't have to stoop. You're already short.
Never a penis. But I used every time I went to Europe, I would do that with Jughead's Revenge.
Oh, yeah.
George, one of the Brian,
Jordy.
Fucking writing on the wall, like, hey, piss off, Gizz, fuck you, Gizz. All right, already. Yeah.
Here we go.
You used to do that with Tony Sly too.
Oh wow,
for a name.
Dang. Yeah, it's
I love that the 90s are kind of back. I mean, I'm wearing fucking overalls on purpose because they're comfortable and I'm old.
Do you have thermal underwear on them and have them cut off?
No, he's got a diaper
but I
on.
thought about it. No, it was, man, the remember Frank and the headband from Joe Carr? He had that headband and his hair would floof out a little bit.
Oh god.
Kastner had the dreads and he had
yeah.
We're getting Gizz into that.
I used to wear those.
I did too.
You can still pull it off, man. Like I'd have to let this grow a little bit, but you're there already. Do it on your beard.
Was that?
Do it on your beard. Wear the headband on your beard.
Dude, it looks like a cat died on your face.
It did. He's a good kitty.
Not anymore.
Meow.
So what's next? What do you guys got coming?
You'll be hearing me.
Right now we're writing. We did a lot of shows last year, which was great. A lot of them were out of town. Like that run out in California was super fun. Just kind of got to the end of the year. We're regrouping. We really don't have. The only thing we have on the calendar right now is the Doctor Strange Summer Bash over Memorial Day. So we'll be back out for that. Mm-hmm. And he just posted the lineup today. That is going to be a fun time. Like there's a ton of great stuff on there.
Your night's going to be badass, dude. Fucking Sloppy Seconds, my old band, The Freeze.
Oh yeah.
So the poster that he put out is alphabetical order. So there's still going to be some jumbling, but there's so many, like I'm going to be there for the whole thing. Cause like even every day there's bands playing that I just absolutely have to see. And we're about
and we're not on it. I'm upset.
Yeah. Lean into it. I can't get a solid answer on if it's 2 days or 3 days because he keeps putting out flyers saying 2 days, but then he keeps putting out stuff saying it's 3 days. So I don't know if he's going to do like an in-store or what. But we've got about half the record written, and some more stuff coming. And we'd love to go back out and work with Jay again, but he's touring with Sugar. So he's doing that entire Sugar tour, like US, UK, and Europe, which is awesome for him. Like that, like both in an opportunity to get in front of eyeballs and do those shows, but then to get to see Sugar every night for like 2 months. Like how rad would that be?
Well, I don't know. I mean, you can get sick of shit real quick.
I don't know. You'd get deaf before you get sick of them, I think. Like
I every night.
But so that would probably push recording it out into 27, just realistically by the time we get it done. So hopefully we'll get some more stuff booked out at the end of the year. We've got some, we'd like to do some more stuff out towards the East Coast, because we did a lot like Detroit and Chicago last year, because we can leapfrog there. We've got friends in both of those places. So there's a band out of Detroit called Bastardus that we're super tight with, and they're fantastic. Like just really, really great punk rock stuff. Great hooks and super nice dudes. So we try and play with them just as much as we can, because it's just fun. But making our way east, maybe hitting Philadelphia, maybe Boston, New York. It's getting up into that stuff is just such a hassle, because it's just expensive even just to be there.
Yeah.
Like just okay, we're here for a night. It's like if you're trying to find somewhere to stay, it's gonna be a lot, and then all of that, just driving around in those messes is.
I wouldn't even want to try, to be honest. I've never been to New York or any of those northeastern states, and I'm like, I don't fucking want to.
I love it.
No, I can't. I don't. They think they're all tough and they want to yell at each other. We do that here and we shoot when we follow it up.
It's funny because like my wife and I went to New York for a week last week when I was turning 50. So like I'm like, we're gonna blow this out, and then Bob Mould was playing up there. Jay Robbins was opening for him. I'm like, this is gonna be rad. It was like a solo show for both of them, and then Viagra Boys was playing that week. So we got tickets for that. And I was like, this we're gonna bookend this stuff, and it's gonna be rad. And by the end of the week, we were just both like, do we have to do anything today? Like, it's just a lot. And we're like, we don't need to go back to New York for a while. And then like 2 months later, they announced those Sugar shows. I'm like, I need to see that. So we are going to the first one back in New York, but it's just gonna be like in Friday, out Sunday, super easy. But like, it just the museums, just walking around, man, the vibe is so intense and so awesome. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
Now Philly, I got mixed feelings about.
Flyers.
It's
rough.
I'm not even going to get into it. I'll just say that I got thrown out of an airport lounge in Philadelphia for talking about how I felt about Philadelphia.
Okay, Bill Burr.
Yeah, well, don't you think you're a little harsh in the Catholic Church? Don't you think the Catholic Church is a little harsh?
It's the only time a bartender has cut me off. And I wasn't even going anywhere. My flight got canceled. It was like, can I just stay here until you close and drink for free, please? Because I'm going to take an Uber to a hotel, and then I'm going to be right back here at 6 a.m. Just he's like, I'm sorry, sir, not in good conscience.
Oh man.
I really didn't even say anything bad. What I said, the other people behind the bar laughed at and were like, yeah, he's not wrong.
I mean, there's not much you can say about Philadelphia to be wrong. I mean, they have the worst Philly cheesesteaks.
The one I had that night was.
Yeah. Best Philly cheesesteak I ever had was in Baton Rouge.
Doesn't surprise me. The food in Louisiana is outstanding.
Oh, yeah. Huh?
One of the best pizzas I had was in New Orleans.
Yep.
Dig it.
So, what do you got for plugs? You got places to buy stuff from? And
let me shoot. So we have a Bandcamp page that has all of the releases. We still have some of the vinyl left off of Into Darker Days, which was the new record from last year. And we did a 7-inch in 24 that had a couple of the songs on it, but they are different versions, man. So if you want to be a completist, and I'm trying. We can't. Nothing can be just like whatever. It's like I think it's like whatever Punk Ohio with dashes in between those .bandcamp.com. If you search whatever Into Darker Days, that will take you to it. You can go to Dr. Strange, because Doc put that record out for us. And we'll be at the Dr. Strange Summer Bash, which is going to be outstanding. So hopefully we'll see you guys and everybody else out there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome.
We'll be the two most handsome motherfuckers on the planet, dressed up in tuxedos and high heels.
I mean, I've been told that the guys who do the Punk Till I Die podcast are going to be there too. So maybe we could organize like a tag team wrestling match.
Yep.
Or a dual podcast.
Fucking drinking contest.
I can't.
I'll do it by myself.
If I hadn't have a liver explosion, I'd be all right there.
Who can eat the most cotton candy? I don't know. Something.
No.
We can monetize this.
Yeah, I mean, I like the tag team wrestling match.
Yeah,
in tuxedos
on ice.
I want to wrestle Scott.
Oh,
from Almost Famous.
He'd fuck you up. We should have like a full-on podcast contest.
A podcast
contest.
Lucha Libre.
Yeah.
Tag team.
Oh man.
I think we'd win.
I just throw you at people and they get out of the way and fall over.
Easy, you're not that strong.
Not anymore. You're pretty fat.
Okay, you fucking leprechaun. Lesbian leprechaun, you.
Tijuana Bridge.
If nothing like this happens, I'm going to be really disappointed now. So I will submit the giant cake to jump out of for you guys to use, but there better be some fisticuffs or something.
I'm so, dude. I will make it out of that cake so hard. Covered in baby oil and fucking whipped cream.
We're hoping to have him Doc on in April.
Awesome.
We still got to go there, and if it happens, it's going to be on 420. So it's going to be
not doing that again.
I think he's going to be a great interview. Everybody that I know, like the bands that we know, they're like, oh man, I don't know, you and Doc talking, like, dude, if nothing's even going to get accomplished. Like, you guys are just going to talk over each other and with belligerent fucking rants. And that's what I want.
So that's why I'm buying the tranquilizer dart gun.
I don't know. I think like Doc is, and I've said this before, like, he is a genuine weirdo, but I mean that in the best way possible. And he's also the nicest, most generous, most wonderful dude. I just feel so like fortunate to be a part of that family, because he has just been nothing but wonderful to us, from going in there the first time I walked into the store, even as the new guy, the unproven new guy, big hugs and immediately just like, you're one of us and, make yourself at home. And I appreciate that so much about him. And when you look at his history, man, and I think this probably goes for all of us, like, you don't stick around in punk rock for 40 years if you're an asshole and screw people over. I mean, there's some exceptions, but you know what? But he telegraphs it. It's not anything you don't see coming, I don't think, but like if Doc was screwing people over, he wouldn't still be in business.
No.
And that's just a beautiful thing. It's handshake deals and friendship, and that's super unusual and really special when it works.
The conversations too, man, his history, his knowledge of history, and you can have like, you're just talking about something random and it leads to a fucking really cool conversation about, this band and interesting story and blah blah blah. And it's just, I don't know, like, I love talking to the guy.
Absolutely. I'm excited. That'll be a good show.
Remark, and that's even better.
Oh god. While he's holding a ball?
Yeah. Thought it was a microphone.
World's smallest microphone. Is this what you clip on?
Yeah, a little lapel.
That's how they do it now on TikTok, right? They just they have the lav and they hold it up and look like fools.
They can just fucking buy two and clip it on your fucking
Yeah.
collar. These children, man, I'm telling you, this millennial
ones that-
Gen Z shit is killing me.
The ones that have it on a coffee cup, they're Starbucks, and they're just oh, you talk.
I want the power to go out for a week. They would fucking all die.
An SM57 costs like $70, for like probably $40 used.
Yeah.
It might be too heavy. But
Well, maybe.
oh,
Well, it's gonna come to their coffee budget.
yeah, I'm sorry. I got my Maxwell House. I'm fine.
Fuck coffee. I drink tea like a man.
You drink what?
Tea.
Oh, tea.
You know the
I
shit we
drink
dumped in
my
the
tea.
harbor?
My tea.
My tea.
All right, so fuck. I guess we'll see you in May.
Yeah, I better.
Yeah.
Are you gonna stay out close to Doctor Strange? Or you picked a place to land?
We're still trying to figure out when we need to be there and where we're going to stay, but we'll probably stick around out by Ontario.
Okay.
That just seems easiest being as close as it is to the shop and Pomona and all that stuff. Yeah, man, looking forward to it. It's been great to talk to you guys. Really, really enjoyed this.
It was always a pleasure talking to you, brother.
Same.
Yeah, dude, I got your friend again.
Yeah.
I like this.
Right on.
I'm gathering him in lassos and tasers.
Great shirt, by the way.
I didn't get any blood on it.
No,
You know what? Come on.
there's still 2 minutes.
All right, just
There's
get
still
the
2 minutes.
go for it.
I wore this especially for the show.
Perfect.
Doc gave it to me at the anniversary
Yeah, people. Oh, you can't see shit with my tits.
show.
Well, that was the great thing, man. When we played our first show with you guys at the Sardine last fall, I had on a Big Drill Car shirt, but I had put on my button down that I was wearing on stage over it. And you guys got on stage and started setting up. Your bass player had on a Big Drill Car shirt that I used to have the same one. I went up and like disrobed and was like, right on, dude. It's just like, okay, this is gonna be good.
I think Wall had one on too, didn't he?
I think on one of the other days, yeah. Maybe at the Glass House show, I think.
There was one night we rehearsed before running shows, and Wall had a Big Drill Car shirt on. Steve had one. I had one on, and we was like, dude, I'm so glad this isn't a show because it'd be a total setup. Yeah.
Oh, we have to coordinate. Because there's a lot of overlap.
There's been time. I usually carry 2 shirts in the car just in case. I wear my shop. I'm here 12 hours a day. I'm like, yeah, I'll just keep it extra just in case.
I'll text everybody. Are you guys wearing your Devo shirts tonight? Okay, cool.
Yeah. I wish we could talk for Chad into singing for Drill Car and get them like on the road and going. God, it'd be so good.
I would love to see them again. That was one of the reasons that we picked that name, is that we decided to start that band because we went to see them at Riot Fest, me and the other guys that were in it, and it was just like I saw them one time before, and they were opening for the Offspring, and it was Big Drill Car, Guttermouth, and the Offspring, and it was like the week that Smash went platinum or something, so it was just nuts, It was okay. Well, they've now gone over the hump.
The ceiling happened.
And it was on the Nowheres for the Rare record, which I know is not like the OG. Like it's, Danny and Bob and Mark and Frank are great. But that Nowheres for the Rare record that thing is fucking great.
Funny story about that. Many, many years ago when Darren was in the band, the bass player, when he took over Bob, I went to my in-laws' house, and they used to live in Newport Beach. And I went outside to have a cigarette, and I'm out there smoking a cigarette, having a beer, and this guy walks out of their guest house, and I knew they rented it to people, and he's like, "Oh, hey man, can I bum a cigarette?" Like, yeah, sure. We started talking, and punk rock came up, and oh yeah, I'm a singer in a punk band, I play drums for this band, and he's like, "Oh, cool, yeah, man, I play bass for Big Drill Car," and I'm all, really, you do? And I was talking to Mark, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm here. The guy claims to be your bass player. So you hanging out with Darren?" And I'm like, "What's your name, Darren?" "Oh shit! All right, dude. Bye."
I'm a dick.
I was like, "Fuck, dude, no way."
Yeah, it's wild. I don't know how much time you guys are left. You want me to scoot out, but like I got a real funny story like that.
Do it.
After this train goes by, if that's coming over. So
Just do ass in the window right now. Go.
there's and I see him on here. We got our roadie Fingers was at least watching an hour ago. He might have clocked out already. But he was with us out in California last fall. Like he used to roadie for the band in the 90s, and he's our roadie now. But he's originally from Chicago. And when they were touring in the 90s, the first stop would be Chicago. They'd pick him up in the van and then off they'd go. But he moved here like 7-8 years ago. And it was 3 years ago, because it was right after I got into whatever. My wife and I went to Riot Fest, and we got the expensive tickets with the open bar all weekend, because that's a bet I will always win. Like I'll take on any casino with that thing. And so we go in the first day, and we go up and make friends with the guy that's going to be our bartender, drop a big couple of 20s in the jar and start going. And he's wearing a shirt from this place called the Grog Shop, and it's the legendary club here in Cleveland. I'm like, oh shit, we're from Cleveland. He's like, yeah, I live there now. But I'm from Chicago originally. I used to work at Liars Club, so I've worked this a bunch of times. Just come in for the weekend, hang out with friends, and get a bunch of tips. It's fun. Cool. Chit chat all through the day and go our own ways. The next day, go back. He's there again, and we just catching up, talking, and 3-4 hours in, he goes, well, hang on, if you're from Cleveland, like, do you know this band called Whatever? I'm like, yeah, I'm the new bass player in that band. And he's like, I used to roadie for them in the 90s. And then he had already bought tickets to go to the Doctor Strange anniversary. So like if we hadn't met there, we would have met in California. It was just like the weirdest ass coincidence that like and like we're thick as thieves now. Like it's just awesome I'll say this about all this. It is fantastic to meet friends as an adult, because it's so goddamn hard, man. And punk rock makes that so easy.
Yeah.
So I met Fingers like I take a picture. The reason his nickname is Fingers because he only has one hand, and so I have him give me the finger with the one and hold up his stump with the other. Take a picture, send it back to the band. I like ran into this asshole. They're like, what the fuck?
I call him elbows or something.
I can't give him a new nickname now, and part of it is. Benny's first name is Matt. Fish's first name is Matt. Finger's first name is Matt. Like you got to have something else going on.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
Are you Matt Peter Woodward?
No, I am a Peter. Brett is a Brett, and that's how we're gonna stay.
It's funny, when I was married, I lived on the corner of Apperson and Woodward. It's where my elementary school was.
It's a pretty common name, apparently.
Very Woodward Skate Camp.
I wish I got some kind of royalties or some shit for that, but I just get to be at the end of the alphabet. And the people who have grown up at the end of the alphabet know what that's about.
I'm sort of
in the middle.
You're in the middle. In the middle, you wouldn't notice because you're not early and you're not late. But like if I go in and do something where they're processing stuff. Like my wife and I both went in to get like the global entry stuff done. So if we can get out of the country and try to get back in, they'll maybe not look through our social media and stuff. And her last name is at the beginning of the alphabet. And she got hers, like we took the interviews 10 minutes apart from each other. She got her stuff back 3 days earlier because it's cycling through alphabetically. So I'm always going to be at the end of that shit.
Oh yeah.
It's bullshit.
The end.
My real name is N.
Don't say it.
No.
Don't say it.
No.
Don't say the N word.
No.
Well, I already gave out your social security number, so you're good.
Yeah, nobody, unless you went to elementary school with me or, maybe junior high, nobody knows my real name. At my dad's funeral,
does this smell like chloroform?
I had people coming up to me and going, "Dude, I didn't know you were adopted." Like, What are you talking about? Well, your dad's last name is this, and your last name is Lazlo. Well, you're an idiot. Like, my dad's name is my name. I did Lazlo for fucking 30 fucking years, man. Really? I didn't know that.
White people, huh?
Are you related to Dave?
Hey man, Dave's not here.
Yeah.
It is Dave.
Fuck.
All right, we're gonna put you in the green room for a couple of minutes. We'll come back and say hi.
Right on. It's been
feel like
quality, dudes.
We'll hang out. Don't hang up on us like that 12-year-old that did.
Oh my God. All right. We'll see you in a little bit, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's see. How do we get here?
Where's the button?
And there we
Bing,
go.
ding.
All right. Well, fucking episode 1 of season 3 down.
Yeah,
in the
bad.
books.
I mean, I was pretty goddamn funny. You're sitting there.
Yeah.
I let you live.
We've had somebody puke on our show.
Bloody nose.
We had a bloody nose
and a hang up.
and a hang up and many hangovers.
Oh yeah, shit.
And great interview though.
That was a good one.
Great
Peter,
to start
Woodward,
off.
whatever.
Start off.
Bunch of great bands behind him. He's got the stuff.
Yeah, and we'll be seeing him in May.
Yep.
And fuck. Well, next week we have Omar Dumpkus from Scattered Few.
Yep.
And Signy and a few other bands coming in. He'll be remote.
He's remote.
Remote. And that's about it. So until next week.
And if you feel like sponsoring us,
Yeah.
write in, call in,
we gotta-
smoke in,
we gotta-
something.
Get along with our
We gotta
sponsors from
make sure
last
they
year.
don't fucking hate us.
Yeah. We don't want to be part of your show no more.
That might happen.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a part of my show anymore.
Well, I'm glad everything worked out today.
Yeah,
and
much better.
I hope everybody has a great week, and we'll see everybody next week. You know what you should do? I'm Gizz Lazlo.
I'm just Paul still.
So till next week, fuck off.
Eat dick.